Welcome back to another beautiful episode of the WHOT podcast.
It's not what podcast. When you both for you know to buy the video. Welcome guys to another episode of the WHOT podcast.
Welcome back to another beautiful episode of the WHOT. I don't know, I just like that word. All right, welcome to another beautiful episode of the WHOT podcast, where we bring you as it is hot on top of Obasanjo internet.
Sharp.
Yes, what is hot? Kilung Bunolo. I remember the song.
Yeah, you know show club song. Hey, I think that should be our track sound.
Right. So as it is hot, we bring you the latest gist on Obasanjo's internet. And here I have with me no other person but my big partner.
Yes, David Olaimeka.
My name is Spike the Man, and we have a very, very big guest with us today.
Physically big. Financially big.
I beg.
I can't even regret why I cut my beard. I just say, wait, so is this how I used to feel when I was on my full beard?
This is how I used to feel.
Like, do you feel less of... Like, I don't feel say, sweet.
Oh, you feel less.
And now because of that beard, yeah.
That person don't get money to go barber shop, now they get beard too. Don't get money to barb hair.
I feel I cannot feel less if I've not felt more.
Hey,
I've
never had the full beard.
He's never had, so you cannot
so
relate.
he's never had this. We no go, no
Now you
still.
just feel less.
We no go, no still. So until you have it, then you cannot be feeling okay. So because
you
you've
feel
never
less.
had
So
it,
you never, you can't relate
You
to,
cannot relate.
you cannot relate to this.
relate to.
This episode our music episode. Just to back all our points in music.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we have family with us.
Yeah, good.
Family, how do you feel?
I feel good. I feel good to be here. Thank you very much for having me.
So, hey guys, anything he says, I no get an inside that moon.
His name is Big Pumps. Mamola.
Hey,
P Mouse. What are those your nicknames again?
Real silent truth.
Silent Truth.
You not be silent
You
about
know
your
silent
things today.
though.
How you bring you that truth where you never talk.
You go talk out for years.
We talk
Yeah,
about
that
it.
we did man mount.
All right, so we're talking about a couple of conversations today. We'll be going from the political unrest in Africa. It is a lot. It is a lot. You know, funny how there is no how we can, most times when we do our episode, we must always talk about Africa or Nigeria. We must talk about politics.
Bí kí wàhálà máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ń lu yín ṣá ni.
Omo.
Bí ìjàmbá.
So from there, we'll fly into teenage work. Abi, how do I put it? Yes, some people say that as a teenager, you should not be working during your holidays. You know those long-term break that I used to have, those 3 months.
We now go for summer
You
coaching.
go for summer coaching. When you go for summer coaching, you will read. So some people say that those summer time are the time that these children are supposed to learn how to make money.
And be intense.
But some people are saying no, that is child abuse. A child is not supposed to
Still work like that at
the
age.
hair to be a hair. So we'll talk about it. And yes, a couple of other conversations that we'll be having in the midst of today's or during today's episode. So you know what you do for me now before we go on? Like, share, subscribe. Very, very important. Like, share, and subscribe. You can see the button on your screen. Just do it now. The funny thing is that you might have thought that I like this guy's content too, and you love us, but you will not just know that you've not subscribed.
Yeah.
So just do it. Do it right away.
Some of you will not vote for Nigeria. Election day, you not vote. Oh yeah, vote on YouTube.
You don't
Press
cost
like-
anything. You don't even need PVC
Now
for
you
this
don't
one.
need PVC.
Just take
I'm
a
a guy. We just mad marketing PR right now. See selling points. You don't need PVC
Yes.
to vote here. So subscribe.
No need to go queue for under sun, Abi. Under sun,
You
under
don't need
rain.
to queue. No queue.
I mean, he's even part of the conversations we'll be having today. So before we delve into the conversations for today, Yimika Pomile, what do you have on your mind? What's in the chopping up for mind this week? Like you've seen online, anywhere. What's been on your mind for the week?
Well, I think it's no news that the US wants to intervene in our daily living. And a lot of people are in support of it. Some other people might not necessarily be in support of it. But for me, I think it's crazy because it looks like we might not have the right, or we might not be able to decide what we are going to eat the next minute, because it could be war. It could be the end of the nation. So that of course now.
Silent truth. Silent truth.
Silent truth. You're
It's
true.
kind of loud. Too loud. Though.
Now talk, say we will talk true. Truth has to be said now,
Now truth is bitter. Then talk. Maybe truth is loud.
Why they beat am? Be say sometimes he loud. If they say they think am for my mind, you no go taste am. But I talk am. Now you make you taste am. Sure you get so yeah.
The spirit is on you. The spirit is on you.
So that's it. That's
So
it.
you make a alpha. Everything in your own mind.
So see the taste bitterness.
I taste what you talk now. Anyways, what's been on my mind? You know, being outside and, you know, reaching out to people while you're at home sitting and just following. Some people come, some of our fans here, I've spoken to a few here that have been in our comment section here. So fortunately, I met one from the US and she said that, shout out to Princess, by the way. Shout out Princess. She's a Congolese staying in the US. Okay. Now she said, you and that guy on the podcast, like, it's really interesting. I hope you guys are single. And in my head, I'm like,
What?
What?
Why would she think I'm? Why would she say that?
No, you don't have a problem. I told her already that women will show you shake this year.
So right,
you don't be saying you know what?
It's not by choice.
It's not by choice. Yeah,
it's by circumstances.
So she said you people should not get married though. That for the next 3 years, just be doing the podcast, be married to the game. Be married to the game. So guys, we are locked in here for like 3 years.
Married to the game, or no? Okay, soon.
You know that
I don't talk that one.
But funny how he said now, shout out to my exes, Olong, I miss you. I think that's the following line. That's actually what I want to talk about. I just discovered that October 17 is the day to forgive an ex. So like, you know, we have Mother's Day, Children's Day, Male Child Day. October 17 is forgive an ex day. And when I saw the trend, I'm like, wait, calm down. So there's a day for me to forgive my ex. Something that I really do not believe. I don't think anybody should forgive their ex.
Really? Why? What did they do to you?
No, one I don't experience.
You start pouring out now.
Okay.
He's an emotional boy. I know, but don't worry.
No,
I sympathize with you. That's fine.
I'm not saying you should not move on though. Move on from your ex, but don't forgive your ex.
Anyway, so I've actually just felt like this particular week, too much toxic energy on the internet, women versus men bullshit, and you know, a lot of toxic things. So I just said like stay away. Yeah, so that princess conversation was really basically because of the fact that we're talking about a particular situation that men actually take a lot of disrespect from women that they will not take from a fellow man.
Okay.
That a fellow man would do something and they would not even take that. But if a woman should do more than that, they like just chill it out. You understand? Yeah. And so that was basically what we're talking about. And that was because of this girl that slapped the guy that proposed to her. Physical abuse.
It was the guy that did that.
It was the other way around. There would have been a meltdown. I mean, he would have been arrested. I'd probably be in jail. Even the girl came out and said, is she supposed to apologize? She knows she's supposed to, but she will not say apologize. And she told the guy,
excuses. Yeah.
She told the guy to tell his dogs to back down.
It was crazy, man.
Damn.
I saw it. It was crazy.
Damn. So it really like it was
a lot has happened online. A lot. And to start with, I have a big wonder. How can a continent so rich in youth, talent, and resources be ruled like a family inheritance? And we call it democracy when other people's choice don't even count in Africa. And I'll give you several examples here.
Okay.
When you look at Equatorial Guinea, the president is 83 years old and is ruled for 46 years.
That's a long time.
Paul Biya in Cameroon is 92 years old.
Died here. That one wants to die. He wants to die here.
He's 92 years old here, and this is his 43 years and counting as the ruler. Because I don't even think they are leaders.
Now he's not president. Now he's a ruler.
That's why I use the word as a ruler. And when you travel to Congo, you will see Denis Sassou, who is also 81 years old and is ruled for 40 plus years. We might say we are lucky in Africa, or in Nigeria, let me say, in Nigeria, that we have a certain tenure that our presidents adhere to.
Yeah.
Although some in the past have tried to extend it. I don't call him. But we still stick to 4 years per tenure and 8 years for the secondary run. The only opportunity you have. But we see other African countries go through this dominance in power, where people come and dominate and say that no, they are not leaving. You can still check Uganda. Uganda is for over 39 years now.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the cause of this problem in Africa? Do you think it's our system that, okay, this is what works in Africa? Because when you look at the traditional rulership, you have kings that rule for years.
Yeah.
So will you say that this is what we are made for, or we can still accept the democratic system that allows for 4 years and 8 years all across Africa?
Okay, well, I think that naturally Africans talk too much, in the sense that we always say certain things that we wish to happen, but at the end of the day, we do not follow through with the processes that require us to get those results that we need. Right? Now, if you look at some of these countries that you mentioned, if you look at the rate of literacy in all of those places, you will see that it's very low. So it means that sometimes or somehow some of those leaders who have been, opportune to rule for years, they've managed to subdue some of those other citizens. So they look at them like gods. And that thing happens in Nigeria too.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the north. If you look at the north, you just see one person. Like one person is striving, then the rest.
They submit.
Everybody, they don't mind. They want to come to the person's house every morning to get breakfast, lunch. So in that kind of a case where somebody or where people, a certain set of people see somebody as their God, submission, or they will not even see the reason why or the need to want to, contest or to even, do all of those things. So I think that's also one of the things that illiteracy, that exposure that we lack in Africa is something that I feel has affected us for so long.
So you're heavy on saying that exposure, education, and literacy is the major problem why so many Africans do not see a need or do not believe that they have the right to also rule. And that is why they subject.
Yes, of course. I believe so strongly. I believe so. And that's why you see that now that people are becoming much more educated, now it now feels like, a veil has been removed from their eyes. That's why you're now seeing that people are protesting here in this country, Kenya, or that country. It's something that they could have done before now. But I just believe that they were not aware. They didn't even know these things before. So now that they are aware, now that they are waking up to it, then they are seeing the need to protest and to contest and do all of those things.
Okay. So let's look at Nigeria here. Since 1999, we've gone into the democratic system of government where we elect our leaders, and yet it still feels like we do not have a choice when it comes to choosing our leaders.
Yeah,
Yes, we have the rule that our leaders, 8 years, max, you're done, you leave.
Yeah.
But yet, it still feels somewhat that we are under total dictatorship, that we do not have the right to pick who we actually want. And does it make it any difference from what they're experiencing in Kenya and Cameroon and the likes?
It actually makes it different. Yeah. You cannot underestimate the power of content creators.
Okay.
Nigerian leaders are content creators. If they can create the content for you, there's this particular guy that does this. This, what's the name again? What's the name?
He does this politician, governor.
Governor Munike.
Governor
Munike. He does it, and he does it well. You can see that it comes out well. That's what Nigeria does to the outside world. The Nigerian leaders create content with us in the country. Now, on the media to the outside world, they see the good, the
good
past.
side.
Yes. Now, when you see outsiders telling you stuff like your country is messy, e.g. Donald Trump coming to come and say that your country, are you guys not seeing? It's not as if you are not seeing. It's that it's content you are creating. It's that it is a performance. Okay. Every election is a performance. In the last election, you had 27% of people that were registered to come out to vote. And you are wondering, 27%, that's like, if you are dividing into a third round, that's like less than 1/3 of it. What do you mean a whole country, 1/3, less than 1/3 of that country they are coming out to actually take or make decisions on it? Now, out of that 27% that actually turned out, the ones that now actually get to do it, they are still lesser. Now, it's not even now about the ones that come out to actually do it. Those ones, God bless their hearts. Now, let's talk about the ones that they end up voting and there is violence ending the election. There is rigging ending the election process. I was a presiding officer for the last election. I was heading to polling units. And what my eyes saw. What my eyes saw, I said I was counting votes and I'm saying this without respect to anybody, I was counting votes. I had elderly people come and place money and embargo on that. I am not counting. And there were police officers with their vans that were protecting them from my own decision.
So from what you're saying now, you feel democracy in Nigeria is an illusion. Like, they just they package them to you, like, say
economics. They say something hand of God when it comes to economics that does the demand and supply. And I feel in Nigeria there's the hand of the devil that does it.
You know, one thing that I have experienced was when there was a time I had a friend who was serving, and then it happened to be, I will not mention the state, I will not mention anybody, I'll just say it. Then they were having their gubernatorial election in that state. And this my guy, he was a core member in that state, and he was a presiding officer like you.
Yeah.
Do you know that he said one of the aspirants spoke to him over the phone, and the person said, nothing must happen to my vote. Where are you from? The guy was from Port Harcourt, and he was in another state. And he said, if you do not let this work in my favor, they will never hear from you again. And that my guy was, and
that's fact.
And these were police officers, they were armed men
jokes
giving you the phone. I mean,
no jokes.
What would you do?
No jokes.
It's crazy, man.
Premium.
It's crazy.
That is life. It is straight for you. Okay. And I collected it. I even tried to create content for me, but I could not even create the content because I was the content.
So yeah, when you look at Africa, Africa has the largest population of youths. But yeah, it has the oldest presidents.
Yeah.
Like I just read out a few ones to us. And anytime these youths take to the streets that they want to protest, they are met with a lot of force, a lot of restraining orders. What do you now think is the next step? Because this thing, don't be like, say, he's here to stay. Like, there's no solution to it. You guys just have to go like that. But the youths need to do something. Do you think the more pressure we put on protesting, the more pressure we put on requesting that people come out, be ready to die? Is that what, is going to deliver Africans from this?
I've already said it some time ago on this podcast that you cannot replace the place of divinity in politics.
Okay.
You cannot remove divinity from politics.
Okay.
Even this thing, I think George Washington said it, the father of democracy in the US. He said it that you cannot remove God and religion from politics. That's why you have religion as a basis for you to run an election. You must not have two religions here. So they know there is a divine power. But in the place of divine power, you cannot expect a miracle if you don't take an action. People must die for Nigeria to change. NSAS people are batch 1.
Actually.
That's batch 1. The next batch, they are coming. In Jesus' name, you will not be there. In Jesus' name, I will not be there. But some people, I am saying what it took Ghana to actually create the kind of system that they wanted to work. We all know the Ghana story, yeah? We all know. This particular country too, that all of them stormed the government house and they were inside the government's bathroom, inside the government. They were everywhere. They made a video and put it in. Those ones knew that it was time for us to actually have a Lego. They came, some of them died through the whole force. Yes, some will have to die for the country to actually change. But that we are not, blood must be shed because they've actually shed blood already from the beginning. So people must actually die for the country to change.
So Africans must fight for their own freedom after getting colonial freedom.
But you know that the average African or the average Nigerian man does not want to die. Because this life's sweet. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, but the country knows sweet. Our life comes sweet.
See, the amazing thing is...
He not say this country is not sweet. He said life sweet.
Like, generally, life sweet. Especially if you don't taste life. And I think the average Nigerian is educated. So it feels like, why am I going to lay down my life for this? And it spelled out in the election we had. I had a lot of people that I was trying to encourage to come out to vote, and they were like, why would I waste my time under the sun
when you know it will be rigged?
When you already know that it will be rigged. I mean, my own resolve was, if we come out in our numbers, it will be, even if they will rig, it will be hard for them to. That was what I thought. But and the amazing thing is, if we say, okay, Nigerian youths. So Nigerian youths is not supposed to be 1/4 or 1/3 or half of the Nigerian youths. Now, they are, like, let's say 100% of Nigerian youths. I'm narrowing it down to Nigerian youths. Now, 100% of Nigerian youths, we have maybe 60% or 65% that did not even bother to come out to vote out. Or they didn't even bother to get PVC. Some even got PVC and they were like, I don't want to stress myself. 65%.
Your parents are even calling you for safety.
So, honestly, and we have 35%. Now, out of that 35%, maybe we have like some people who are already on duty. Maybe like all these medical guys, or maybe people that are in the force who could not, who could not vote. That's another portion that has been taken out of it. Then we are now left with maybe like, let's say maybe like 20%. Out of that 20%, now we are left with shared votes. Now my dad is an APC person, and that's how he makes a living for the family. Are you expecting someone like, I'm talking from some of the perspectives that people gave me. Are you expecting me to now vote for a party that will not favor my family? Do you get that kind of issue? So out of that 20%, we are divided. Some people are going for APC, or some people are going for PDP, some people are going for Labour this party. Particular party and all of that stuff. So the thing is, all of us are not even united in the first place. RIP to the souls that were lost, in the EndSARS protest. But if you look at the percentage of the people that went out, it's nothing compared to the Nigerian, the number of the Nigerian youths that we have.
That are supposed to be
out there. People will die.
So there's a silence syndrome that is affecting Nigeria.
There's a lot of
African youth. They just don't want to talk.
Yes, nobody wants to.
I think it's coming from a place of survival mentality. The silence helps them to survive better. The reason why they are not talking is because they are still surviving. Do you know that if it comes to a chokehold and everybody is pinned to the ground, that you have to actually choose? If they fumigate Nigeria now and say the only safe place is Aso Rock, everybody's bombarding Aso Rock.
Yeah, but until then.
But until we are choked out of it. But people are still surviving. We are still finding a little comfort from it here. So the cost of silence is the fact that people are still surviving. So they give you what to survive on. They are not going to choke you. They're going to just give you breathing space. Enough allow. But you need allowance. That allowance is at Aso Rock for you to go and storm the whole place. So that's actually how Africa is basically. The fact that all of us are like slaves inside ourselves. Our system is already making us slaves. That's boxed us already. So it is normal that you expect silence, because from colonial era, we're barely scraping. Now we got into a new governance. Let us enjoy it for a while.
Let's enjoy that democracy.
Let's enjoy it for a while. Our parents just want to enjoy it. Let's enjoy it. When they see that it is unbearable, you can see that the next generations are coming out to talk. And it's not by talking online. The worst you can do is talk online. They will respond to you online.
Talk at home too. Talk at home. Sincerely speaking, I feel the problem we have as Nigerian youths is that we believe we can hijack the country from the existing system, from the present oldies. But it doesn't work that way. That is the mistake I feel we are doing. I feel it is the responsibility of these youths that are now learned to let these older generations understand why they don't have to be there anymore. The truth is that we talk about tribalism, religious divides, whatever divide that comes up when we have political conversations. And you will see that our parents are always on the tribal side, religious side, divide side. It is because of how they understood politics. So it is the duty of the youth to start with those oldies, because they are the ones that most times go out during elections.
Can I say something, sir?
That's the truth. They are the ones that go out during elections.
Yes, actually.
It is still the oldies that are making up whether the vote counts or it doesn't count. It is these oldies that you will.
Can I say something, sir?
70, 60, 80 years old, they will start rapping vote. Because they understand the power of the vote, but they don't understand the power of who to pick. So I think it's a fault on Nigerian youth not to educate.
But do you think some of these people don't know?
Can I say something?
It's not even about politics alone. It also comes in the place of marriage. You see some families saying you cannot marry from that tribe. So especially when they marry from there, you don't be married from that tribe.
It tells you how they their own mindset about things. So I think it's the duty of the Nigerian youth or African youth who are learned to now start sitting these old people down that see change is good deal. Because you have to what you don't explain to them, they cannot understand.
Some of these people, they know.
Before we end this year, I want to say that Nigerian youth feel like they can use civilization to fight corruption that is older than their fathers. Corruption that is older than your great grandfather. You want to use civilization. That's why you come and say that you want to use what's the name of that stuff? Electoral killing. The machine that was used. The PVAS. Yes. I handled the PVAS. I saw the PVAS corrupted in my front. I know what I imputed it to the PVAS. I know what came out when I saw my results on the INEC. I know what I saw. So you want to come and use civilization and technology to wipe out corruption that is older than your great grandfather?
Those people that overturned the stuff you imputed, do you think they were older people or you?
They were older people that recruited younger minds.
That's what I said. So there's a divide already.
So the youth that you want to go and fight the war,
It's
out of that
divided,
youth,
exactly.
we are already divided into two already. They're already
Divided.
sharing, and we are not sharing from their own cake
Because
of the
they
older
are
people
they're complete.
because they are there.
Do you know that now against the next elections, they've started campaigning?
Yeah.
Older people have started doing their campaigns, but where are the youth now? So when it's 1 month to the event, that's when we want
That's
to
when we're
start.
starting our
It
pitch.
doesn't work like that. It's crazy, but then it is where we have found ourselves.
Me, our teenagers now have jobs to be sharing rice to these old people in the campaign bus.
I mean,
Because it can be an intern job.
it's looking
Come and
like
share rice for
it's,
APC.
it's looking like
I mean, you're saying
it's looking like the oldies are not even looking at the best minds. Those small teenagers
Yes,
are giving them
Yes, and they'll just
those
give them
peanuts
some jobs,
and using them now.
Exactly, bro.
And that takes me to the next conversation that we're going to have. Summer coaching in Nigeria
Okay.
is seen as a process to develop the young minds, help the young minds become better academically. So maybe when you resume the new academic session, you can do well in your books, which in turn in life you will do well. But there's a recent trend and a video of a young lady that came out and she was crying and she was like, I wish there were opportunities made for teenagers. Let us watch the video together.
I really wish there were more opportunities for Nigerian teenagers to make money. I wish there were summer jobs. I wish there were part-time jobs that you could do for like 6 months or more or less and just earn a little cash. I wish there were jobs like, in European countries, you can work in the summer, you can work in coffee shops as a receptionist, any of those things to make a little cash when you have a little break. I wish there were opportunities for Nigerians to make money like that also, because the Nigerian job market is so weird. Because I'm even wishing for Nigerian teenagers to get money, and there are currently a lot of unemployed people in their 30s and 20s. So who is going to employ us when people in their 30s and 20s have not been employed? It's actually so silly.
I want to tell her that she wants teenagers to have cash. I get your devastation and your cry for help, but even you, as you are old now, do you have enough cash? Have you made enough cash that you now want to share it out of the cash flow that you are still struggling to have with teenagers that are in SS3?
She's actually a teenager, Sha.
Oh,
Like,
she's a teenager.
yeah, she's a teenager. She's a very young girl.
Oh,
she's a very young girl.
Okay.
She's
There's no cash in this place, in the adulthood. The cash here is to
The
her.
only thing that you will get is probably freedom.
Yes,
Don't grow up.
and work experience. You are going to have work experience, but you see that cash you are looking for. Your uncles and aunties, they are looking for cash,
But you know,
and you don't want to get.
You know the irony of this thing is, sometime in between 2007 and 2009 or 10 thereabout, there was this holiday job that I don't know if they still do it. There was this holiday job that the Lagos state government, put in place for young adults and let's say teenagers. Then I was working in a local government council, right? And at the end of the day, at the end of the month, we'll gather at the government office in Alausa, Ikeja. They'll pay us 10,000 naira cash. And I think we did that for 3 months. Yeah, but I don't know if they still do that. And the amazing thing is then we're not even doing anything. We'll just go to the council, sign in, and maybe sit down, watch TV. After a while, you sign out and you go. But then it helped me. That particular thing helped me because it helped me to build relationship with people. Because now local governments, a lot of people will come on Thursdays. We will have weddings.
Also official meetings, how
of
to organize yourself.
Exactly.
Meetings, office.
Let's say maybe you stay somewhere around Agege. How many organizations can employ a team? How many organizations? Or let's even say you go to the island. How much they won't pay you? When you go talk, say you go to use, they go come.
So to you now system.
I think
there's a failure in the system.
Yes, like basically, there are lots of things that have to be put in place first before you can get that. Because people that are elderly, say people who old past you, they never even see work. You want to bring one 16-year-old. We people who say they ask you for, do you have this experience? Do you have this degree? Do you have that degree? And all that. So how do you want to compete?
I think I buy what you're saying. I think I buy what you're saying. I started with summer lesson and summer jobs. I think we can even switch it up. Let them make it compulsory that you have summer skills.
Okay.
You said it's summer learning.
Skills.
It could be summer skills where over the years they develop a skill that they can now use to work. while they are in their summer, because what
And you have
she said,
6 summers in secondary school.
yeah, because we are, like she said, 2030 there is no job. So when people are 30, you that are still a teenager, you are 18, 16, you are saying you want job, bro. You should. They will even tell you, the person that is jobless will tell you, better go back to your class. They're gonna carry your book.
But you know why?
Meanwhile, the book that the same unemployed carried all through.
Yeah.
So she's saying something that makes sense, that we don't know how to make money. I was talking to my family members and I was telling them that most of the conversations that we have about providing all these things, all these duties, is because when we were growing up, we didn't learn it as a responsibility to make money.
Of course.
So I think this is not to government, because I like to draw what I can do for myself, what I can do for my neighbor, what I can do for my younger ones. I try to understand it first before I can now look at government.
What
Okay,
the
government,
government
you've
is
not done this.
Yeah.
So if I were to be a parent and I have younger ones, I really would take up what she said to make sense, because even if it's going to be working for me, I can make my work. I'll just bring out what's it called? Maybe some things I could have done at office. I'll bring it home, tell her to do it. I remember my uncle, when he was a banker, he'll bring this old check or tell her that we should sign or something like that.
In this present day, banking,
You will not be able to do that.
Stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. I'm talking of oldies, oldies.
Okay.
So then I was still even in primary school. So I know that I want to do something for him. And I know he's going to pay me in return. So it's about how much you do, how much you gain. So parents can also, within themselves, leave government, create job opportunities for your children at home.
Okay. But do you know why some of these summer coachings happen? It's because it's because I believe they could not finish up with the syllabus for the, what's it called? For that. That's another angle. For real. It's something that we should not away from. I think that even the...
there are strikes that even happen.
Yes, now the academics, academic state of the country is like, it's too cumbersome. Like, when we were brought up, imagine that you are this. You're going to focus on this particular thing. You're doing so many things. You see a young boy or young girl carrying bag, like, with so many books that in the long run, they might not necessarily need. Right? So I feel like some of those coachings are a way to just quickly patch up. And of course, if you are a parent, or if you're a parent, the way we were brought up, they wanted their children to be, to be flying, because that was the way. I remember one of my friends then on our show, he told his dad he wanted to learn tailoring. And his dad was like, your mates are in school. You want to go? Now I think a lot of people are already having, they are already having work and all. But then, now school now, someone like, if to say Nigeria day as supposed to play ball by now, maybe. Because when I finished GS3, I did well. I had A's, like a lot of A's. And my parents normally, they will always ask after every successful term, what do you want, to celebrate? And I told my dad, I remember, Daddy and Mommy, I'm casting you, but I told them, I asked them, I wanted to just be enrolled into Pepsi Football Academy. And my dad said, okay.
Pepsi and MTN that year.
Bro, okay like this. When he said he was working on, we are working on it. SS1 like this. He just carried me, go on school, inside Ijebu machine. After Ijebu, guess what? I resumed as a boarding school person.
You school with that?
I went to Federal Science and Technical College in Ogun State.
Yeah,
and I was already in one private school in Lagos. I was one of the best schools then. It was good. Life was good. Just when I said I wanted to be a footballer, my dad was like, oh, Mark. I get where that's coming from. That was how it ended. So it could be the same for some of all these other people.
Anyways, I want to cast schools and tell you that. No, 3 things I want to say. If you can be more than 3. Number 1, schools that say that their syllabus is cumbersome. Number 1, somebody's going to write 9 subjects in WHOT. You are doing 21 in SS2.
A lot of.
Or doing 16 in SS2. That's already like crazy work. Stop it. 1. Number 2, I feel the reason why schools do summer coaching is also to make money.
That's another thing, bro.
People also don't want to go broke. People want to make small money, small change.
Teachers make extra cash because they will not pay them.
You make extra. You make extra
the
cash.
teacher will just be there. He has families or she has families as well.
Yeah, love that. And then number 3, I feel that it is just the failed academic system of Nigeria that we think that everything about life is books. Everything. There is no freedom of choice for children. We don't make children choose. And that's one thing that they do in developed countries. They allow children choose. They allow, okay, now I'm not talking about your gender choosing, no.
No, now that freedom reach there now.
That freedom reach there.
Exposure,
That freedom reach there. But anyways, let's cut the freedom small. Let them choose science, art, or commercial. Okay, what do you want to learn as a soft skill that you can attach? Now, this skill is something that you don't need to study. A skill that you don't need to study can be music.
Yeah.
Can be football, can be sports, can be music. There are schools where they are learning musical instruments, and at the same time, another person is playing sports, and you are going for sports competition, and even the school covers you and says that, maths teacher, they are going for a competition. They will take their own extra lesson after, because they know that it be like, say, your own future won't bright for that area. But make sure you have a C average to keep your academics rolling.
I think that's what they do in all these developed
That's what
countries.
they do in
Like,
developed
you
countries.
Basketball star, you want
So
to
if you can give like extra leverage to extracurricular activities. I remember my own extracurricular activity in secondary school. Now still jet class.
Jet.
I go day science class. You will now ask me extracurricular time. Where are we going? Jet class.
Jet, you go still go.
In jet class, what are you doing? You are still doing physics. How to build aeroplane.
Exactly.
Aeroplane. Our lecturer has
doing
not
debates.
built. Our physics teacher never built aeroplane before, but he tell us, say, on this jet class we are trying to build an aeroplane. Okay, sir. Till today we never build the aeroplane.
Yeah. Well, see, that's why
Play with the draw.
some of these advanced countries, like especially China, look at what China is doing with kids. Look at what they are doing
Bro,
with.
China is in 3041. We are seeing
Look at what they are
1992.
doing. So it's a good thing, like for real, that people can learn to earn. But now, even some of these 16-year-olds, some of these teenagers even use phones that are even more expensive than. China, that teenager, you want they give 30,000, I'd be 40,000. Go just look, you say how much in they use do data. For real now, for real. So I think there are so many vices, and some parents are probably just scared that their children might not be safe.
Yeah, safety first.
Safety. Now there's some children that from home school bus, they monitor the movements and everything. So imagine now just putting your child out there to just go and maybe earn.
Apprentices, they not even tell you that your guy sends you to go and buy.
Food. It will break loose. So it's a lot of things. It's a lot.
So I'm not a parent yet, but I have siblings. I have younger ones, and my takeout from the video this guy has made is that I am definitely going to make sure that I train up
Your children.
a younger one of my
your people,
children
yeah.
to be dependent.
I mean,
To be
dependent or
self-independent.
Okay.
Am I to be dependent on no one. From that small age, know how to make money, know how to
You
save,
can even give them
know how
tasks
to
at home.
You go make sure.
under it
like you
tasks,
said.
give them
If I
tasks
just be
and
wash
pay them.
plate or something, if you do this, you get this.
Even sometimes if you want to fight for your freedom, I'll tell you have to earn this. So I think I saw
Exactly
a
now.
movie
Just
like
do
that.
this,
He wanted to
get
do
this.
something, and his father told him you have to earn this amount of money for you to be able to do this. And this guy has to go out, sell eggs, sell this, go sold newspaper. He was going from door to door to sell newspaper. I'm sure those are the kind of people that become billionaires today. Well, our parents did well, but we know that we can do
better.
so you can also do better.
Exactly.
Now, this will bring me to the conversation that before we talk about US Nigeria, let's talk about this youthful exuberance and with the clamor say teenagers get job. Do you think joblessness of the teenagers and the joblessness of the youth is why we have social media influencers like Pella and Jarvis today?
Okay, well, I think it's a good thing that we have young people who are, who are doing
Creators.
well, who are creative, who are creators, and doing well tech and all of those things. It's even good when you say somebody starting young, because when you start young, or when you start small, you can, you can get it faster and also maybe spread your wings, and all of those things. But somehow, everything way good,
You get bad side.
get bad side. You know that there are lots of teenagers, lots of young people who might have drawn inspiration from this good, from the good side. And also there are so many other young people too who would, still see it as a certain level of intimidation or a certain level of they're not doing well enough. I was talking to somebody one time and the guy was telling me how broke he was. He's 30 plus, he's not making this. I was like, guy, you're not doing badly. It's just because of the way the situation is, and there are so many fraudsters and so many things. That's why you think you're not doing well enough. You're right. So everything that is good, has its own bad side. That's one of the things I believe. So for Pella and Jarvis, I feel like they are young now. They never to see life.
They are young here, but in a way, the attention they have is looking like that is the youth culture.
That thing is what is affecting Yamal in Barcelona. You know, one of my friends used to say something. We say, if you put a child in the midst of adults, not like the adults are looking after the child, though. It's just chopping the life that the adults people are chopping.
Automatically.
It will misbehave. Do you get? You know, back in the days, we used to have people who would they used to have managers, they used to have people who are, you know, like they used to have a team that would look out for them. I was saying it on one group that I was when they were talking about Yamal. I don't have issues with his choices, but you know, somehow there are some people that should be in place to guide you and make sure that. But now, because you are making money, because Pella is making money, you know, go on your advice now.
I wish he has Zlatan on his.
You know this. You say one thing. They say one thing. They say you cannot advise a young man that is making money.
Facts.
And you cannot advise a young lady that is in love. Those people, anyway they talk, they fall on deaf ears. You get, but those days we used to have people, you know, we used to have team members that would guide these people and say, oh, this is what you should put on social media. This is what you should keep to yourself. So maybe they don't have those things, or maybe their managers are young. Maybe people that are, you know, in charge of them are also young people. So of course, young people will make young decisions. If there's anything like that. So yeah, I think so.
Okay, there's a lot of back and forth that has happened recently between Jarvis and Pella, and a lot of people might think it is normal. I mean, normal relationship issue, but I really think it's out of childishness. They are acting on their emotions.
Okay.
But their emotions has a level of maturity now. They are not mature enough to be handling what they're handling. So there's a video of Jarvis saying that she felt unsafe with Pella, that Pella was almost going to eat her maybe after, and funny how a lot of people have been saying it online that this guy would eventually eat you because, you know, they stream their whole life.
Yeah, they do to speak.
People
one day.
So she claimed that he almost assaulted her during an argument, yes, and that she was treated like a stranger even in her own house, that she had to run.
Wait, Nigerian said the same thing now.
Pella don't waste time. Immediately, Pella drove to wherever he went, and he went to on camera also. And he came to the media. And they are media personnel now. So
what did he come to media to do?
He came to shalaye that
explain that
he's not the one that he didn't assault her, that he's not guilty of everything she said. But while he was making his own case, he was accusing Jarvis of money laundering.
Yeah.
Not intentionally accusing, but he was out of shalaye.
Maybe was caught up in
out of shalaye. You don't shalaye say wait till she dey do now money laundering. Do you understand? And before you know, Jarvis self too don't drop letter memo say
making debunk.
As in 48 hours, she has given him an ultimatum. Yeah, she gave him an ultimatum of 48 hours to retrieve the statement. And I think maybe the night when this whole issue happened, they resolved it, or they are resolving it. I can't say.
They always do.
They always do. Now that is the problem. The attention that the social media has been giving these people, do you think they deserve it?
Well,
or do you think it makes up for the culture that we are breeding now? Because when you look at another celebrity, God forbid, God forgive me, he's not a celebrity. Another popular person, DJ Chicken.
Okay.
He's also out there causing nuisance. And it is the society that has given him, and we can keep calling on names that, you know, you ask yourself that what do? They do almost nuisance or almost rubbish.
Somebody
calls just create nuisance.
Somebody I know on my area calls DJ Chicken joy giver.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, the joy, how? How does it make you happy?
Some people too, they call these Jarvis and Pella joy givers. I'm not saying they are crafts. I'm saying they are all drama.
Yeah.
They call it joy.
People want to escape the realities of life and the reality that they are facing that in Nigeria. So when they see all of these things that just away from the usual norm of struggles, going to work every day, let me get joy from these people's drama all the time. It's a thing. I do it too. Some of us do it. Sometimes we are extremely down in our own space. We are tired from work. We just enter social media and just start scrolling aimlessly. 1 hour is gone. It's the same way for some people. Their own coping mechanism is watching Jarvis and Pella actually disrupt and join together and disrupt and join together and disrupt and join together.
All this Big Brother Nigeria stuff.
Big Brother Nigeria too. So it is a coping mechanism here. So that I think that's what it is. But about youthful exuberance and recklessness, which I feel is one of our major things we are talking about right now, is that you cannot remove youthful exuberance from youth.
Yeah.
It's normal. At a particular age, I think when I did not, nobody taught me how to drive. I just learned how to drive by looking. Yes, I just looked at my mom as she was driving, and my mom drives like a commando. My mom used to raise men on the express. Yeah, she used to raise men. So she's like, this car must not gap me, and it will not even not gap me ever again on this road till I get to my destination. Yeah, so I grew up in the car watching with my mom putting Lena in front of her this when she was even past Lena 5 years after. So when police stops her, she's like, Lena. So I grew up watching that. So the first few months of me driving, I was feeling the spirit.
Yeah.
It's just race to race.
Erase it. And inside the quarters where I stayed, the road was good up to a particular point. There it was not good. But the moment I entered into my street, it was very, very tired. So I just like press it. So one particular night, she was not around. I picked up my siblings from school and I'm like, okay, let's go home at night. I closed from work. Driving home, the moment I entered into my street, I'm like, oh, there's no
hard road, nobody.
Yeah, nobody I know. Let me run it up. Zoom, made the first turn drifting, second turn drifting. I was done. Now let me just press the brake and just park. Like let me do a drifting park inside my compound.
To cap it all.
Bro, to cap it all, instead of me to just press the brake, I slammed it on the accelerator. And from the drifting, you have to slam the brake. For drifting, you have to slam it for the tire to. The moment I slammed it on the accelerator. Bro, the confusion that went into my nervous system. My sister has been screaming from the beginning, Bro, David, please, stop. I was like, I don't worry now, this thing, that's supposed now. I slammed it on our pillar, first pillar, second pillar, into our neighbor's fence. Boom! The neighbor is not a neighbor, uncompleted building. So, till today, they don't know, Shao. Grass has covered their house. So I slammed it on this and I'm like, reality dawned on me. I looked at my siblings at the back, they were fine. Next time, I was just gonna check the headlights. The headlight was fine because they had the frontal bumper and the bumper was in front. So I looked at the bumper broken. I looked at the pillar of the house. It looked as if the house was going to fall, but it did not fall. I looked at the pillar. So I sat down there for like 1 hour, silent thoughts. It was as if the spirit of God sat with me there and lectured me. From that time onward, when I see young guys speeding, I just say, been there, done that.
Been there, done that. Because you had the second chance.
Yeah, be dead on that. So DJ Chicken actually causing that accident. I think he has caused about 7 accidents in the past 2 years.
Yes. Yeah,
7 accidents. I feel, is there no points that Yoruba says Bori ara isoro, like Joko ko Bori ara isoro?
Wait.
Is there no
You
point?
expect that one from Chicken?
I feel every human being should have it now. Like in whatever you do, like Bori ara isoro at some point or the other.
Like
There are sometimes that you and I Bori ara isoro on this podcast now.
That's because you guys chose to.
Well,
Like, who won't go follow Chicken Talk now? Say that me go say, you go just look me say, guy, you don't get money, reach me. You cannot advise me. So that money is a thing, and fame. You get, so if you have those things, even some adults got those things and misbehaved. So how much more?
Children.
Yeah. I don't know what DJ Chicken's age is. I'm just saying generally.
Like over
I'm just saying. So somehow you cannot take away that youthful exuberance. You cannot take it away from youth, especially because your Bible will even say So once you are that omode first,
the first
and you make those mistakes.
Yeah.
So sometimes some people get away with the mistakes and some people do not. So maybe if life gives you a second chance, maybe you will come to the self-realization that this is the way I did do. So maybe until then. Because you cannot tell me that the first time was a mistake, second time, third, fourth, fifth,
sixth. This 7th time was actually crazy because the first 3 slaps he got from the people, and it was a cultist street.
And it was not the first time that he was beaten. So he has experienced so many things in his life now. And when he grew up safe, he said now money growing up. So you get, I mean, he did not have it children. I'm just saying that he did not have it easy. So over time, I think he should
now seeing this kind of fame.
Yeah, seeing the fame again.
Seeing the fame and seeing the money, it can make him.
That one is deep. Oh.
I have nothing to say.
I'm just saying.
Big question here. Are Christians really under attack in Nigeria?
Nobody can deny that now. Nobody. But I think generally a lot of people are under attack. But if we look at the ratio or the number, then we can now conclude that, okay, maybe more Christians in the north are under attack. Because sometimes I saw a video where they were just shooting, is it sporadically?
Yeah.
Sporadically.
They were just shooting. So in that shooting, there was no way they could have said, oh, this bullet will touch a Christian.
Yeah.
This bullet will not touch a Muslim, or this person it will touch a traditionalist. I feel like a lot of people were under attack. It's been happening, of course, but recently I just feel like maybe now more people are talking about it. Like people have been talking about it, right? So now that more people are talking about it, and we know of this pastor in the north who is also always talking about the number of people that died and how the person wants the US government to come in. And so I think some of those things are the things that have created awareness, so to say. I also was thinking about the fact that these things has been happening, right?
Yeah.
And during Jonathan's regime, the APC guys made us believe that it was because he was in power. That was why that unrest,
The unrest
was going
happening.
on. I remember in 2014 when Tinubu was talking about it, I think he one of the
tweeted.
tweets, he tweeted and he was calling the attention of the
That Christians
secretary,
are
like they are being killed, and that was to say that Jonathan was irresponsible as a president.
Okay.
But now it is happening in your tenure.
They even
So-
flew over to the US
yes.
to go and report the
But
case.
now look at it. Look at what is
Okay, yeah.
happening.
Looking at trajectory, and you made mention of it, Tinubu. Femi Fanikayode made a tweet in 2020, and he said, it amazes me how CNN, CNI, BBC World, Al Jazeera constantly complain and report about the slaughter of Muslims by Hindus in India, but hardly ever complain and report about the mass murder of Christians by Islamist terrorists and jihadists in Nigeria. This was Femi Fanikayode in 2020. And when you come into 2025, this same Femi Fanikayode is going out to say that it is not just Christians that are being killed. It is Nigerians that are going through terrorist attack, that are going through civil unrest. Don't make it a religious thing. It is not a religious thing. So the Christian Association of Nigeria, they stated that Christian community in the part of the northern and central Nigeria have suffered repeated attacks and called for urgent, transparent, and equitable government action. So Khan also rejected media reports that it had downplayed the killings or described it as so-called genocide. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Clarifying that they've never used such word, blah, 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 that the terrorism against Christians are very, very serious. The federal government, in contrast, has publicly pushed back against claim of a large-scale Christian targeting. For example, by denying that over 52,000 Christians have been killed and rejecting the notion of a Christian killing field.
Okay.
Do you understand? They say that Nigeria is a Christian killing field. Nigerian government are saying, no, that is not the case. So now, when in opposition, APC have used this same Christian killing
yes.
as a strategy to push to the United States that come and help us, so they are killing Christians. But now you are pushing back against what you have used before. That no, it is not Christians that are being killed. It is just a general
killing,
attack.
genocide, yeah.
It's just a general genocide. That please don't make it about religion. At this point, I'm beginning to think that religious killing or claims for religious killing is a political tool in Nigeria.
Okay, yeah.
Political content creation too.
This guy heavy on content.
Doesn't mean that people are not being killed. People are dying. There's a genocide happening.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that we make it a religious thing intentionally is because of politics.
Yeah, of course now. Because if it's not about politics, if it's not political, or making it political puts you at the mercy of whoever you think is going to come and save you. It means, of course, if you're just talking about general killings, it's going to make the government look incompetent. Okay, so in 2015, the opposition party, who are now the ruling party, they sold us the idea that the reason why all of those genocides were happening, why those bombings were happening then, was because the government, Goodluck Jonathan regime at the time, was incapable of securing or protecting its citizens. So, and they were like, okay, if they come in, they'll be able to, to take care of all of these things. I will not experience it. And I can tell you for a fact that a lot of people that I know, because of that, voted for their administration, hoping and expecting that things will become better and these genocides will, will reduce. But then look at it now, nothing has reduced. It's the same thing. Now that it is now your turn, so it's no longer it's Christians. Now it's now general. But when it was Goodluck, who was a Christian, then you were making it about religions. Yes, about Christians. But now you're not saying it's a general. I think it's easy to remove the log of wood, or it's easy to point at a particular person, especially when you are not in their shoes.
Situation.
That's it. That's my resolve. Because for you to have said, oh, this was this at a point, the same thing continued, nothing changed, or maybe it even increased. But just to exonerate yourself, and I say no, it's general. Muslim ticket.
Is there
I mean, after calling CNN, after calling the US government in 2015, now US government has replied.
I've replied to you now in 2025, 10 years.
You are telling them that no.
And I say no.
I'll drop 1 cent before I drop 9 more cents later on. First cent is that, is there a Christian genocide in Nigeria? Yes. Every other thing is secondary, and I would choose to die on that hill. They should sporadically shoot. I'll be on that hill. that is it. Yeah. 1. Number 2, I don't need Trump to come and tell me that there is a killing going on in my country. Do I know there is a killing going on in my country? Sometimes no. Sometimes yes. VDM would go into the particular one that happened in Benue. Made me know. If VDM had not gone, I might not have known.
Yes, you might not even know the gravity.
And yeah, the gravity. I love the gravity. And do you know that VDM exposing it gave us an insight that the government naturally would never give us? Which begs the question that who is supposed to be more accountable? Are we supposed to ask questions? The government. Oh, something happened in Benue. Government of Benue, where are you guys? What happened in your country? File out all of you and release statements of what happened in your country. Release videos and let us know what has happened. What are you doing to fix what had happened? Nobody from the government had to take one man, a very dark black man, to go there to go and expose.
Funny how even the Pope tweeted about the killing before the president
of the country. Exactly.
So something is happening under your nose. You want to say you're not aware? That's
true. My third sense, Trump coming to tell me about killing, coming out to come and tweet about killing. Even though we know that you say your hand is not clean, you have dirty rubbish that you are trying to plan. But anyways, let's leave it. It's not your fault. It's our own alien that we have in the upper table that is being a nuisance, that is giving us, that is putting us outside and allowing us to wash our dirty linen outside. But I don't need you to come and wash my own dirty linen. Allow me wash my dirty linen, because I've seen you wash other people's dirty linen, and I've seen the rubbish you've done with their linen. But I mean, now them give you mouth. It's you that have your mouth and you're tweeting. So tweet as much as you want. That's number 3 for you. Number 4, with the amount of videos and evidences that I've seen online, I saw a particular video where a particular man came out and said, I saw a particular video where it was said in the Senate that they tried their best under Goodluck's time to make sure that this killing was stopped and banditry was curbed. They tried, and they had intel. They had men that were with systems that could see heat maps and knew when to annihilate and when not to annihilate. And they were doing that successfully. At the time where they were meant to do the last run, because of selfish reasons of those of them, it was said by the same person that just by the selfishness of those of us that are seated on this table, we chose to not go and curb that the last time because of our own selfish reasons. That we actually do have a way to do these things and stop this killing, but we are not taking those actions. That we as the legislative, we have laws that can guide you. We can make the laws, but now it is for the government to execute and say, okay,
Go ahead with this.
there's a reason why there's a bloody CGFAR or whatever is in front of that president's name. Grand Commander of the Federal Republic. You literally, if you can sack all the head of staff, who are those ones that they sacked on the last podcast? If you can sack all the service chief, you cannot make a single decision of forcing men to actually go and take this battle to where it is meant to be. And even that one aside, I will still have to say, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's our own fault. Because is it the soldier that you're paying 100k and 20k for feeding allowance per month that wants to go and use hungry stomach to go and fight what he wanted to go and fight? That one safe. But there are things that can be done that have you not seen a video where Obasanjo actually talked to them? Obasanjo during Goodluck Jonathan's time actually went to Sambisa Forest and spoke to them. He showed them that former Grand Commander,
of course,
old soldier never dies. He's still an old soldier now, and he still went ahead. He spoke to them, and then now my brain is saying, you are seeing bandits come outside to come and have a peace talk with the government. Where are we going?
You're supposed to negotiate.
Like, we are negotiating with terrorists. Why won't Trump tell you that you'll come and throw bomb in your country? When it looks like we are not even taking any dangerous action. Blow your minds. In Saudi Arabia, the person somebody has killed an American journalist before in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Killed and persist. Does not stop the USA from doing business with the Arabians. Does not stop them. They will still do. America shouting that, oh, if you do this thing, you are killing. They won't do shit if they know you have value. The Arabians have built themselves to a particular stage in their own system that they are now invested wildly into everything that the USA is invested in. So you make a rubbish move, the rubbish move affects everybody. And everybody goes down. So the US know one American citizen is greater than 100 Nigerian citizens accepted. They should go and tell that one to the Arabians and see what happens.
We don't really have something that. Do you think because we do not really have something that?
Because of value.
Yeah, that
value. Our own government don't even value our lives enough. And you expect an outsider to value and not threaten us, they want to come and drop a bomb in our own country. They literally shot a video. Did you see that content too that they dropped? Everybody said they shoot content. But government see. USA to drop content.
So the big question, another big question is, can US be the savior for Nigerians?
They cannot.
Don't let me even use the US alone. The Western states.
Oh my God. Define savior, please. I need to go on Google and define savior.
Savior, that means you are saving somebody or something from another thing.
A person will save someone or something from danger or difficulty.
Yeah. And now that's the point. So Nigeria is...
You don't save me from danger or difficulty to put me in more difficulty.
Okay, that's an angle. That's a
no, but if you have a problem, I solve this problem for you. But for me to solve this problem for you, I'll have to give you another problem.
That depends on the level of the problem.
That's not savior.
It depends on the level of problem they are going to leave you with. So if that level is not as much as the ones that
they are saving you for,
you know that
your savior.
Yeah, you know that Nigerians are used to coping and surviving, right? That's why you see that the government just comes up and does something, and before you know, Nigerians will protest. It looks like they want to protest or they want to make a fuss about the whole thing, but the next minute, just that people have moved on, and like that. So maybe if it's going to be like that, we do not even know yet. Because right now, a lot of people are saying, let them do this thing, let them just end this thing once and for all. But not many people know that if they will do it, it's a means to an end for them. They don't know if we don't even know. We are not sure if the reason why they want to do this is because they really want to save us from something, or they actually want to benefit from it. Because a lot of people are even saying all of these things are political.
One time that US tried to save Libya in 2011, US versus NATO, and NATO intervened in the Arab Spring in Libya. They tried to come and give peace, but ended up leaving the land fallow and leaving the land bare. No ruler.
Without a strong government.
Now they were in a mess.
Did you know happen in Afghanistan too?
They are still in a mess. Afghanistan too, yeah. Afghanistan 2001 to 2011. They did the same thing. Now, many Afghanistans, they've suffered from war, poverty, and displacement. Like you said, internally displaced in your own country.
That's what I think Nigerians are. We are
Inside-
internally displaced in Nigeria.
Inside
We are
Afghanistan, they have
IDPs in Nigeria.
IDP. You have IDP camp inside Nigeria. That is Nigerians that stay in the IDP camp.
You know, the thing is, it looks like it's a good idea for the US government to come and intervene. But if it happens, it could just be war. And I believe that none of us wants to be a product, or none of us wants to be a part of war. Because if the war happens, well, some of these guys that are talking here, they might just escape, run and leave the country and go and live their own lives. But what about the average Nigerian? What do they leave you with? You just be like, what do they call the remnants of war?
All right.
You just be there.
To speak up on the fact that there is a silent war against Christians, I would, like I said, I'm going to die on that hill. They should shoot sporadically. I will stand on that hill still. The amount of Christians that have died from this banditry movement, in quotes, it's alarming. Between 2019 and 2023, we've had 55,000 people that have died from religious and ethnic violence. We are not trying to brainstorm here. We are trying to go with facts. There are some extremists. We are not coming at Muslims that Muslims are killing Christians.
Yeah.
No. We are coming at the jihadists. Now, there is a particular part that says that killing and claiming land gives you a particular
Reward.
Reward.
a particular title. But I beg to differ because Egbe in our Arabians, Egbe in our and Saudi, they are expanding and they are building and they are investing in their land, and there is a growth, a mental shift for them culturally, because the things they do not even accept before they started accepting. In case that one wants to be blow, let me paint the line very well for you. Where Ronaldo wanted to come out, was going to increase the economic importance of your country in the footballing world. Just Ronaldo, you knew you needed just one man, and the man said it has not clicked. It has not clicked for me and Georgina. I will stay with Georgina. You people found a way. They found a way to change something, and it was allowed for Ronaldo. And the economic boom. Chelsea had Damac Hotels that was actually running as a sponsor for Chelsea. Sold out in a day. A full hotel sold out in a day. Housing agents. They've built the economy. But we are here in Nigeria, and some people feel that understanding jihadists for that reason is a good reason, because they are trying to claim land and waiting for a particular reward. Those Arabians, are they not looking forward to the same reward?
And they probably even brought the religion to us now.
And so,
Right?
so a religion that is not yours, and I've heard somewhere, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard somewhere that when they travel over there, most of the people there do not rate them, because they feel like you people are primitive.
Okay, old.
You have not developed. It's not everything that your religion is saying hook, line, and sinker that you take hook, line, and sinker. Culture is involved in every religion. There are some things in Christianity that we do not even do now, because we've accepted that those times were the time of Jesus and it was culture. So if you are trying to make way for Muslims saying they too are being killed, we are saying, why not come out and also call them out the way Christians are coming out and say we are being killed, and say, okay, yes,
We stop doing this.
you people should
These
stop
are the
doing
sets
this.
of people that are doing this, and please stop doing
Yes,
this.
it is making us bad.
Look like,
Because I have Muslim friends and they are good people. And I'm not saying because of jihadists, I will stop talking to them. I'll not relate to them. We'll play football together and we'll do fun things together. And I respect it. But when I see a jihadist and I know one, I'm going all out and saying sporadically, I should say.
So it's very, 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 very ironical when we have Nigerians that are celebrating for Trump's invasion or intention to invade Nigeria. They are celebrating it, but yet these are the same people that they will sell their votes during elections. So, look, I want to call us hypocrites. I really want to call us hypocrites. And I always say it on this show that Nigerians overrated themselves.
Nigerians are not that guy.
So yes, you are not. You
are not that guy.
You are not them.
Just talk. We are good at talking.
So that brings us to the gist on the topic. But we'll not end the show without talking about stories, without telling you stories. This life is beautiful, but everything seems to be
I'm all in the heart.
The more you. All right, sorry, just before I cuss enough for you. Wale Ademiga production. I mean, people that come into our DM and write, hey, Omo, una dey see things, so. Una dey see things, so. Una dey see things, so. But yeah.
What is hot?
What story? I've been in a long distance relationship with my girlfriend for 2 years. For the sake of this story, let's call her BC.
BC represents
Let BC equal to X. So let's find out what X did. She's a beautiful Yoruba girl from Ondo State. Don't trust Ondo women, no. She was outside the country for her university education while I was in Nigeria. Now, so failure they start. At first, my friends told me to stop deceiving myself from thinking it would end anywhere serious. Surprisingly, though it turned out to be the best relationship I've ever been in. I never thought I'd experience this type of love in my life as I've been through a series of toxic and unhealthy relationships. What BC and I have though is very different. The communication and we work together, so together. 1 month turned into a year and a year into 2 and our relationship was still as strong as ever. Dangote cement. I was celibate the whole time and although it was hard, I was willing to wait for my baby. My baby. Ooh.
What's it more? Wait, hold on. I don't have this chicken for this show.
Sure, they use this.
I know, right? Finally, she graduated this year and took a flight to Nigeria the moment she could. The day we met at the airport is one of the best days of my life. Remember seeing a man, they write this thing. She threw her luggage and jumped on me and we fell on the floor. Okay. We sat there on the floor of the airport holding each other and crying profusely. People were staring at us, but we could care less. Finally, we got up and I helped her carry her luggage to my car while she video called her parents to tell them she had arrived. I greeted them and they asked me to take care of their baby girl. They were in Barbados for vacation, so she was going to be staying with me till they got back next week. I was over the moon at the anticipation of all the time we'd spend together. I had promised myself that I would take things slow, but BC had other plans because the moment we came through the door, she was on me like an ant that saw sugar. In the span of a minute,
Sweet.
our clothes were on the floor and I carried her to the bed.
Oh, boy.
I was about to get on her when a thick smell hit me out of nowhere. No, it wasn't that body. She actually smells very sweet and fresh. On further inspection though, I realized it was coming from down there.
Kiloru.
Hold on,
Check it. Wow. Body na meat pie. Under a fish pie.
to my house going.
Everything a pie.
Fish pie.
I thought to myself, maybe the long flight and the fact she had been wearing jeans could have been the reason for this. Understanding boyfriend. I stopped and told her calmly that I think we should stop and do this when she had showered, eaten, and gotten well rested. A man of second chances. She tried to argue, but finally gave in.
But you know, be firewood nah.
Yeah. I left her in the room and went to the kitchen to microwave the food I had made earlier for her. I spent about 15 minutes in the kitchen and by the time I took the food to the room, she was just getting out of the shower. She ate and I tucked her in for a nap. She was snuggled into my arms and slept for 20 minutes or thereabouts. She started caressing me when she woke up and soon enough, we were both in the mood again. After a while, she threw back the covers and boom, the smell hit me again.
It is smell of
I tried so hard to block out the smell, but it wasn't possible.
it smell of
In case you think you're alone, the people at the back or the camera are smelling it too.
Oh my God.
I tried so hard to block out the smell, but it wasn't possible. Going through with things that day was very hard for me. I did my best to satisfy her though, and she finally slept off.
things we do for love.
Things we do for love. She stayed for a week, and each time we had sex, it was a hassle for me to enjoy it with the smell. I tried telling her once, but couldn't go through with it. She doesn't even realize a VJ is emanating the odor.
Why you call her BC? Just kidding.
That beast is not doing justice. I honestly love this girl. And she's my literal soulmate. You can be soulmate and not date too. But this is too much for me to bear.
Okay.
She's in Ondo State right now, but next week she'll be traveling to come and see me. Although I miss her, I dread having to touch her. I don't know if this is an infection because there are no bumps or anything, like crocro on her private parts. Just the smell. Please advise. Big Poms is married. You forgot to say that on the episode. He's married, yeah. So, from the married man perspective,
no, before we go married, man, bro, we talk.
Messi go talk. Okay.
Because the game is where you know go fit talk. Guy, I just want to provide a solution. That is an infection. He should do everything in his power to take her to the hospital, check her up. Funny thing is that she might not know. I mean, she could have gone through it with it for years, that she's now used to the smell. That she's not even aware that it's that bad. Do you get? But if you have experienced this thing before, you will know how terrible that guy must feel.
Have you experienced it before? Have you experienced it before?
Man, speaking from experience.
Guy, see here. Don't ask me foolish questions.
I'm body na meat pie.
Under there, a fish pie. Guy.
Almost Spike, you've gone through a lot. As a man, what have you been through?
I got
What have you done?
From the memory.
Oh my God. Most memory. Oh my God.
Bro, you go bath like 50 times. Married man.
Well, I'm a virgin, so I can't really like.
Married man, lead us.
Lead us with prayer.
Okay, they should pray before having sex.
But for real, but the thing is, the question I have is, before she traveled, were they having sex? Was it like that? Because from that story,
he said it was celibate
during the time
that she left, Abby.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that means it's possible that she had it.
Yeah.
Before, and now that you have discovered it, now why not just seek medical solution now?
You know, actually go far. You know, actually, I mean, you already said that they are soulmates.
And why you
I feel they are soulmates. Do you want to live with that? So you cannot live with that. Also, even if you're not ready to marry her, it's just helping her also that after you get this challenge, you move face.
And he's saying that he loves her, then you should have been able to speak with her.
Speak with her all this
talk
time.
to her about it. Then you look for solutions.
Nothing is smelling here now.
This guy.
It's just
I mean,
is it your subconscious?
Yeah, my subconscious.
guy.
My subconscious just gave it a smell.
Guy. Well, that guy go don't experience with it go for her.
It's a vaginal infection, one. So they need to actually go for a checkup. And we need to tell the guy, please, the best we can do for you is to share your story to other men that will advise you in the comment section. For the advice I will give this young man, you are in love. You have experienced it before.
Yeah. Which love?
Yeah.
No, like you've experienced love.
Love, yes.
Is it love before?
Yes.
I've also experienced this kind of thing before.
What's that kind of thing?
This kind of smell you've experienced. You said it. Don't. There's no.
No.
You don't have to be this thing. It's you and I. We are brothers on this.
Guy.
We've been brother. Sorry. Did you taste it?
Trauma.
Is it a trauma?
Did you like try to taste?
Now sardine now.
I don't say sardine don't cost. Sardine don't cost now. In case you know if you don't afford sardines.
Guy, no. See this situation here. Now very, very difficult situation. If you find yourself in it as a guy, because you will have to
Play along
and show no sign of disgust.
No sign of weakness.
But is it compulsory that you play along? There are some guys.
No. There are two factors to that. Number one, is it the country? No. Number two, it could be what you spent.
Okay.
To bring that guy. Imagine this guy if he was the one that bought that ticket. So how do you tell your partner that down there they back? In situations whereby you guys want to make out, and at that point, Shimawa.
Yeah, okay, I like you. I laugh. What's the
Guy, how do you tell them that down there is very bad?
Well, if you were me, I think I would just first start by saying, do you smell that thing? What smell? No, there's a way you can attack these issues without going straight.
Okay.
So it not look like you already know what it's smelling. You get?
No, so you want her to say it herself that
Yeah, you know,
they smell.
let me tell you, do you know the reason why some guys always go ahead to do these lap kisses and all?
Yeah,
Because they want to first
detest.
smell what they. Nobody say they romantic.
No,
like
say
that.
we like ties.
Nobody say they like that. So you get?
That's just
So,
to confirm.
yeah, just to confirm that everywhere is good. Oh, it's safe. Yeah, it's safe.
Road
Get that kind
clear,
of-
no police.
So they get that kind of thing. So like, what's smelling? You know, the person go ask you, say, what did they smell?
So all of us.
They call it. Everybody call it act like say they don't know what did happen. Sure you get. So from there, then I think that's my own way for now.
From there, we find the culprit.
For me, I'm like, is it me? Scope, is it me? You go
Like
try
police
yourself.
are thief.
Make the
I'll
person
catch you.
make the person come smell himself.
Man, she did say you dey suspect yourself.
Eh.
No be me.
That's tactics.
Let's go.
Let's go further.
Let's go further.
Now, but herself go come tell you say, you know, now she go come smell herself because she don't say you don't smell yourself now. Yeah, so once she smells herself, I think you're exonerated. I mean, what's that word?
You're acquitted.
You don't free yourself, but you don't already pass the message.
Most of the time when this happens for women, yeah, vaginal infection and also hormonal imbalance, you cannot take away that fact. Women have hormonal imbalances like over time. Yeah.
Okay.
So at some point, there should be a smell for everyone. I'm saying everyone generally now. At some point, if every woman should have hormonal imbalances, which they actually do have, they see their menstrual flow steady and all like that. At some point, there will be a different smell from the usual smell, which is normal. It just shows that their body is washing itself and is caring for itself. Yeah. But if unfortunately, that's the time that you now say that you want to go and
Let's
attack,
go and visit.
you want to go and visit, and you jam in Waterloo. And you jam in Waterloo. One thing that you should not do is try and make it a big deal.
Okay.
Don't make it a big deal. Yeah, don't make it a big deal. Best you can do is, you can talk like you know what is happening. You said act like you don't know what's happening. You talk like you know what's happening. Oh, you have a strong smell today. It's not a usual thing. Now the person knows it's not usual.
Okay.
It's just today. Yeah. Now for this guy that it is his first time, he could have snubbed the first one. If he could survive the first one, I think next time she's coming, he say, "Oh, you have a
Just
strong
use-
smell."
yeah.
Now is the opportunity. Oh, you have a strong smell today.
Yeah.
I think we should see a doctor. Have you just act like you know what you are saying? Your menstrual flow has it been? Oh, it's been good. It's been great. No, I think your body is engaging in some changes. You are trying to, maybe because you are new to Nigeria, maybe because you change the environment.
Psychological.
Just try to
Make it look very less.
water it down.
Yeah.
Water it down. And same for men too. But most of the time for men, the reason why men would have that, number one, is heat. And for guys,
Hygiene.
heat and hygiene.
Yeah.
That's why as a guy, stop wearing
Boxer for
condom boxers. I will see some people buying condom boxers from one particular guy that is selling boxers on my WhatsApp. The gay condom boxers used to sell out like crazy. And I'm like, this is not even healthy. Buy loose boxers or buy cotton boxers that just don't make sure all of that place is packed up.
Yeah.
Aerate. Gone like this that men are wearing skinny jeans. We don't wear skinny jeans anymore. If you're a man wearing skinny jeans in Big 2025, you don't have sense. Let me just tell you. So as a guy, is hygiene. Try to carry up your sack and wash your sack. Men don't want to wash the sack. Men just want to wash the shaft and go on. No. Hold your shaft and wash it. Separate the balls and wash your shafts separately.
We'll separate Mama from Shaki from Eddie.
Yes. And that way you can have good personal hygiene for yourself and wear loose boxers too. And for ladies, you should go for checkup. The guy should take her for checkup. Checkup. A woman should be going for body checkup like steady every 3 months. They should not be telling you that one now every 3 months. It's expensive, it's 200k. But go every 6 months at
It'll
least.
be fine.
But there are signs. You guys have spoken about the spoken rule. There are some unspoken rule or unspoken ways that guys show you that something is wrong. If he blocks you after that first meeting,
Just know.
some guys don't even want wahala, they will just.
Guy, that's
So I mean, unspoken words. They've told you in silence.
And when you see the guy is taken aback, like the moment you're about to get
Open up.
intimate, you sense a particular kind of friction. There is no way a guy is on full-blown conji and he perceives that thing. The force will not take him back. he will, like, there will be a step back, a drop in energy.
Okay, yeah.
And if you're a lady that, you know, that is emotional, like, works with romance well, you will sense it when the energy of your partner drops. Yeah, except you can fake it, the guy can fake it, like Presido can fake it, yeah. But if you cannot, definitely you'll be taken aback. And you should notice, pay attention to your partner's bodies when you guys are making out. As little as making out is, you can know if your partner is comfortable about something or not comfortable about something. Yeah. And for guys, whenever you smell it, don't do.
Don't be you go tell them what they go do. You can't tell a man how to react when it goes down there. All right, guys,
Brace yourself.
Brace yourself, cool. All right, guys, thank you very much for today. I really have enjoyed this conversation with Big
Mama
Lambs and with David Ola Emeka, and also with you listening to us. Yes, if you've listened to this period, you know what to do. Like the video, subscribe. Yes, you might have forgotten, but still subscribe. It is very important.
He's not subscribe because this is Ikene boy. He says subscribe. He's not subscribe. Say subscribe.
I mean, whatever.
Just like you do subscribe. Subscribe.
You shall understand now. Subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you on the next episode. Bye.
What is hot?